Well, so it looks like the IPO market is going out with a bang this year, huh?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's pretty wild, right? We've got two new IPOs closing out 2024, Farm Equipment and Technichem Organics.
Two IPOs and six listings. That's quite a bit, actually. Seems like the primary market is really heating up.
Yeah, and it's not just a small spurt either. This year's fundraising is expected to hit a record of 1.3 lakh crore.
Wow, 1.3 lakh crore. That's massive. So, what's the story with Indo Farm? I'm curious about them.
Okay, so Farm Equipment, they're in the business of manufacturing tractors and cranes, a fully integrated manufacturer, actually.
Right, tractors and cranes. That sounds like a diverse portfolio. And their IPO opens on December 31st.
Yep, December 31st, with the price band set between rupees 204 and rupees 215, you know.
Okay, got it. And what about Technichem Organics, the other IPO? What do they do?
Technichem Organics is in the chemical manufacturing business, making a range of specialty chemicals, pigments, and dye intermediates.
Ah, okay. So they're a bit different from Indofarm, more in the chemical sector, right?
Exactly. They serve a variety of industries, from pharmaceuticals to agriculture and coatings. So, pretty broad reach.
Right. Okay. So, well, let's talk a bit more about Indofarm. So, what do they actually plan to do with the money they're raising?
Well, they plan to use part of the fresh issue proceeds to set up a new unit for expanding their pick and carry crane manufacturing capacity, actually.
Ah, so they are expanding their crane business. That's interesting. And the rest will go towards debt repayment, I guess?
Exactly. The rest is going towards repaying debt and for general corporate purposes, standard stuff.
Okay, makes sense. And what about Technichem? What are their plans with the money they raised from their IPO?
Unlike Farm, Technichem's issue is entirely a fresh equity sale. So they are raising rupees 25 crore, just a fresh infusion of capital.
Okay, so no existing shareholders are selling out. That's good to know. So that's a purely fresh capital raise for them then.
Yep, it looks like they're planning to use it for further expansion and growth in their chemical manufacturing business.
That's quite interesting. It's fascinating how diverse these companies are. One is in tractors and cranes, and the other in specialty chemicals, right?
Exactly. The IPO market is like a buffet, offering a variety of options across different sectors.
So, six listings as well. That's quite a lot happening in a single week.
Right, four main board listings and the rest in the SME segment. It's all happening to close out the year with a flourish.
So, it seems like, well, the IPO market is really having a strong finish to 2024, it seems.
Yes, it's like a race to the finish line with these new IPOs and listings making it a robust and memorable year for the primary market.
And there's also talk about predictions for 2025. That's interesting.
Yes, some experts are predicting the IPO market will continue its strong momentum into 2025, potentially crossing rupees 2 lakh crore in fundraising.
That's a significant jump. It seems the IPO frenzy will continue well into next year. It really seems like a positive sign for the market, right?
Definitely, it's like a snowball effect. Once it starts rolling, it gathers more momentum and attracts more investors.
Okay, well, so to summarize, two new IPOs, Indofarm and Technichem, and six listings to wrap up a record year for the primary market and a promising outlook for next year.
Exactly. And both Farm and Technichem, they're planning to use the raised capital for expansion and debt repayment, which seems like a sensible move.
And the IPO market, is showing no signs of slowing down, especially with experts predicting a rise to 2 lakh crore fundraising next year, right?
Right, it's like a roller coaster with ups and downs, but overall it's showing strong potential and continued momentum.
It's quite a lot to take in, It's amazing to see how active the IPO market has become this year. Like,
Yeah, it's like a thriving ecosystem where companies can raise funds and investors can explore new opportunities.
so with all these new companies entering the market, it might be a good time to keep an eye on the primary market, it seems.
Definitely, with all the buzz around these IPOs and listings, it's definitely something worth monitoring closely.
So it seems like there's plenty to look forward to in the IPO space. It's interesting to see how it all plays out.
Absolutely. The IPO market is setting the stage for an exciting year ahead, with potential for new opportunities and growth.
Well, that's a great way to end the year with a high note in the IPO market. Any final thoughts on this for our listeners?
So, just a reminder to do your research before investing. It's like going on a treasure hunt. You need a map before you dig.
That's solid advice. Thanks for that. And thanks for breaking down the complexities of the IPO market for us today. It's always helpful to get a clear picture.
Absolutely. And it's important to always stay informed, especially with so much activity happening in the markets. Things are always changing.